Hello, this is George Herrera, passionate promoter of the infinite banking concept. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the Federal Reserve and the Federal Insurance, Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. The Federal Reserve was created in 1913, December of 1913. And from that time, a system was created where the money masters were able to take great risks speculating to make crazy amounts of money with the population of the country as their insurance. So the Federal Reserve is not good for us. Ron Paul, congressman from Texas, since 1976, he was talking about the danger of irresponsible printing and the danger of the Federal Reserve, which was in control of our money system. So since 1976. In 2008, there was a recession, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation was created to protect the deposits of the people in the banks. But think with what I'm going to disclose to you if it has got any chance to work. In 2008, the recession created a tremendous damage to the population because everything collapsed. Real estate, stocks, gold, commodities. And why was that created? Because of the irresponsible printing. Because it started to happen. Why? It didn't happen before because the United States was a very powerful industrialized country that was the creditor of the world. But little by little, by work of the money masters, this was changing because they were taking decisions to enrich themselves regardless of the damage to the population. So in 2008, we had a tremendous catastrophe, economic catastrophe. And as I mentioned, the FDIC was created to protect the deposits of the people in banks that like 5,000 banks failed, or more than that. So what happened at that time? The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation was capitalized with $80 billion with the job of securing over $10 trillion that were in deposits at that time. Can you see how efficient that could be? $80 billion to protect $10 trillion. And nothing changed at that time. There was all that damage to the population and nothing changed. They said that they were going to make many changes because it was not acceptable to have too big to fail banks. But then again, nothing was done because those too big to fail banks at that time are bigger today. And what is that happened today? Over the weekend, there was there was this bank in Silicon Valley. Actually, the name is Silicon Valley Bank, the SVB. That bank went under. And that bank was the 16th in size bank. So there is a possibility that we have a repetition of what happened in 2008. And the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation is here to save us. Just think. Now, today, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation has $128.2 billion to protect only more than $17 trillion in deposit. So how far do you think that protection would go of $128.2 billion to protect more than $17 trillion? So what can we do? The first thing that we have to do is eliminate the Fed, because they created the system that the money masters can take all kinds of risks to make obscene amount of money when it works, but when it doesn't, the population will bail them out. So that's their protection. The population is the insurance of the money masters. That's why we have to eliminate the Federal Reserve. What else? We have to force the banking industry to comply with 100% reserves, because the system right now, they keep only 10% of less in reserve. It's a joke. It's fraud, but it's legalized. But that's what we have to do. We have to force the banking industry to abide the same that the insurance industry to 100%. And it's going to be a very difficult battle because of the interest that we have to fight against. So what you could do that is easier: learn about the infinite banking and set up your dividend-paying whole life insurance contract to secede from the banking industry. That's what we can do. It's easier. We don't need any government permission. You can just learn about the infinite banking, and I can help you set up that policy. A specially designed dividend-paying whole life insurance contract for you in your small business or your family to secede from the banking industry and take control of the financing factor in your own economy. Third, you could start a business, because if you are an employee, you are at a big risk, because if your employer has a problem, you will be out of a job. So start something on the side, start a side gig. What you can do, you can start in network marketing. Why do I say network marketing? Because it's affordable. You can start with $100, $300, $1,500. If you're going to start a conventional brick and mortar business, you're talking money. $30,000, $50,000, $80,000. There are some franchises that you could start, but I know for a fact that you'll be looking from $14,000, $20,000, $30,000 and above to set up your brick and mortar business, and that might be just to pay for the franchise. But then you have to add your rent and your equipment and your licenses and your machinery or your inventory. So start in network marketing. Look for a good company. Network marketing is a viable proposition. It's just that it's misunderstood because it's been sold to the people as that the people don't need to work it. That if they just join, they'll make a ton of money because they're going to be working with a team and the team will help them. Yes, in many of those teams, you get a lot of help, but they won't build your business. you would have to build your business yourself. So there's a need of mindset change, because you cannot be that individual anymore that believes that he deserves everything and that the government has to take care of you. No, you have to look at things different. You have to take personal responsibility if you want to build your protection against what is coming. So those are the steps that I would recommend. So the easiest, learn about the infinite banking concept, and I can help you set up your policy for you to secede from the banking industry and start a side gig, start your side business. I've been in the network marketing industry for a while, so I will be able to recommend a few good companies. If you want to talk about these themes, contact me at jorgeeherrera.com. Thank you.